Hello guys, good morning. This is Dr.Tariq Hussain Sheikh. Uh, we are here to discuss about your skill subject, skill computer subjects. The topic contains PC assembly and installation. And what is the syllabus? Your skill subject consists of two parts: 20 marks of assignments, which is internal one, and 80 marks of your external papers. That is total marks include as 100 marks. So, what are the syllabus? What is the syllabus of your skill book? That is PC assembly and installations, and the brief introductions of the particular topic. Uh, we have consist of 5 units. Unit first contains different input and output devices. Before going to first the input and output devices, we can learn the history and the computer brief introductions about the computers. The cables, the connector, identifications, computer ports, identification of different types of motherboards, SMPS, UPS, online, offline, controller cards, display cards, sound card, AGP cards, fax, modem cards, etc. that has been comprehensively used for the computer systems. TV tuner cards, LAN cards, Ethernet cards, and different types of RAMs used in PCs replacement of components, etc. This consists of brief introductions, brief syllabus of your first unit. So then what are the basic terminologies and basic computing things? The first computer were used primarily for numerical calculations. That However, as any information binarically encoded, people soon recognized that computers are adept of general purpose information. Their capacity to handle large volumes of data has stretched the range and accurateness of weather forecasting. The speed has permitted them to make conclusions about routing telephone connection through a network and to control mechanical systems such as automobiles, nuclear reactors, and robotic surgical tools. They are also cheap enough to be embedded in every day as a smart appliances and to make clothes, dryer, and rice cookers smart. Computers have allowed us to pose and answer questions that could not be pursued before. These questions might be about DNA sequences in genes, patterns of activity in a customer market, are all the uses of words in text that have been stored in a database. Increasingly, computers can also learn and adapt as these they operate. Computers have also limitations, some of which are hypothetical. For example, they are undecidable positions whose truth cannot be determined within a given set of rules, such as the logical structure of the computers. Because no universal algorithmic method can exist to identify such propositions, a computer asked to obtain the truth of such propositions will continue indefinitely, a condition known as halting prone. Other limitations reflect as we have different advantages of the computers since we can use the computers in different areas and without making use of the computers we cannot able to perform our duties, our functions, our real type application. We are just uh, addict of these type of computers. For communications, we can use the mobile phones. For video calling, we can use the. It is also concept of the communications. For sending information, for uh, channelizing the information, for processing the data, we need different types of computers, and we are using that particular computers for different purposes. Human minds, but instead of that, we have different limitations too. What are the limitations that has the computers possess? Human minds are skilled at recognizing special patterns easily, distinguishing among human faces, for example. But this is a difficult task for a computer which must process information sequentially rather than grasping details overall at a glance. Another problematic area of the computer involves natural language interactions. Although research is being carried out soon, these limitations become involved and can be resolved. The next challenging task is a robotic science that may reduce the pupil work. Many researchers writing the reports may reduce the employability of pupils. It may possibly it can reduce your pupil work and makes the pupil unemployment. That are the some of the limitations of the computer. So what actually computer is? Computer is a machine or a device that performs processes, calculations, operations based on instruction provided by a software or hardware program. It is designed to execute applications and provides variety of solutions by combining integrated hardware and software components. A computer is made up of multiple parts and components that facilitate user functionality, and computer has two primary categories. One is computer hardware. The physical elements of the computer, its hardware, are generally divided into central processing unit, main memory, that may consist of random access memory, and peripherals. The last class encompasses all sorts of input-output devices, keyboard, display monitor, printer, disk drive, network connections, scanners, and more. The CPU and the RAM are integrated circuits. Small silicon wafers are chips that contain thousands or millions of transistors that function as electric switches. In 1965, Gordon Moore, one of the founders of Intel, stated what has become known as Moore's law: the number of transistors on a chip doubles about every 18 months. Moore suggested that financial constant would soon cause his law to break down, but it has been remarkably accurate for a far longer than he first envisioned. It now appears that technical constants may finally invalidate Moore's law, since sometime between 2010 and 2020, transistors will have to consist of only few atoms each. At which point, the law of quantum physics implied that they would cease of a function reliably. So this is Moore's law diagram that can stated Moore's law. Gordon E. Moore observed the number of transistors on a computer chip was doubling about every 18 to 24 months, as shown in the logarithmic tables. We have seen here the number of transistor transistor is increasing as we move towards the above direction. So what is software? It includes the operating system, software application, and computer work with software programs that are sent to its underlying hardware architecture for reading, interpretations, and execution. Computers are classified according to computing power, capacity, size, mobility, and other factors as personal computers, desktop computers, laptop computers, mini computers, handheld computers, and devices, mainframes, and supercomputers. So this is enough for the today topic. We have already discussed what are the computer terminologies, what is the syllabus of our uh, skill subject. The syllabus consists of 5 units. We know that, and each unit is very important. This particular book is very much important for generating skills and generating ideas, since computer has been used profoundly in the real-time applications, and we have to know the basic mechanisms, the criteria, the structure, and uh, the basic parts of the computers. This particular book is very much important, and this particular subject is very much important and shows their significance for the real-time applications, for the connectors, for the networking purposes, and for the communications of this particular videos or devices to another. Thank you.